thirdly, this week, and for the next segment, we have the news in PlayStation and the game industry in general. Starting off with probably the first thing that happened this week, Ubisoft and Massive are making an Avatar game.
What?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
That's insane. I mean, we probably should have expected this to happen with the fact that the Avatar sequels are actually going to happen now, I guess, right? They're nearing.
Yeah, that's getting closer. The theme park opens this summer. They start shooting in August. They just mentioned that, I think, maybe a week before the announcement of the game. Yeah, what do you think about Massive making it?
So yeah, that's what I was going to bring up, because like Massive, they usually make very online-focused games, right?
Well, they did The Division.
Right, exactly. And they've done MMOs before that, I believe, right? Something
Yes.
like that. If you remember, like, I think we're going back like nearly 10 years ago now, but when the lead up to Avatar was happening, James Cameron, like the studio making Avatar, were talking about making an MMO before that movie came out that would like get people into the world of Pandora and get them excited for it before that movie came out.
Oh, wow.
But that MMO never happened, but instead Ubisoft made that other game, right? That Avatar movie tie-in.
I mean, it was fun. It was cool running around Pandora and flying on the Banshees and stuff like that, but I think Avatar as a license has a ton of potential, especially as a game, and if it's good and if they actually put effort into it, because if they build a game world of Pandora with the same amount of effort they've been putting into The Division,
Right.
like, I'm way into that.
I think Avatar has as much potential as something like A New Hope did back when that came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it has so much stuff to explore in that universe that they could totally have an incredible brand of video games too if they wanted to.
Oh, for
That
sure.
didn't have to pay too close to the movies, right? Like
Yeah.
the Star Wars video games are, many of them, so beloved.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 100% ready for Avatar to come back into the public conscious again, and we're going to do this for the next, 5 years or something. I actually think, like, Avatar 2 coming out 10 years later might actually be some kind of a blessing, because we put up that Avatar trailer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those comments in that trailer were not at all what I was expecting. Because when you bring up Avatar, usually it's met with, like, some hate or something because of how similar it is to other concepts. Like, people will often bring up Pocahontas or Ferngully, right? But it seems like people that were young and saw Avatar 10 years ago actually love Avatar and treasure it.
I mean,
want a new one.
We were like 9, 10 when Avatar came out, right?
Probably, yeah. I think I entirely missed Avatar because I was too busy caring about Uncharted 2.
Yeah, well, if it was 2009, and yeah, we were like early teens.
It was December 2009, yeah, I think, yeah.
Damn, yeah, that was so long ago.
I remember the confusion about it too because I thought it was a Last Airbender series or something.
Yeah, and when did the Airbender movie came out? Because that was around then too, right?
I think it was a year after that, maybe.
Yeah, that's I remember that. Yeah, Avatar was big, and like we were in middle school around then.
It's the biggest movie ever still.
That's insane.
It's a well-paced, good-looking, and fun movie with like incredibly well-directed action scenes.
Yeah.
Like,
I haven't
dialogue and writing can be a bit iffy sometimes, but I think that universe is exciting, and I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah, that was always my favorite thing about it, just the world. So,
yeah. Like, put that on the CryEngine or whatever. Or, actually, the massive Snowdrop engine.
Yeah, that's what they're using, right?
Of course, yeah. Have you seen that screenshot they have of, like, a forest render?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, that's Avatar right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, moving forward with Ubisoft news, there was supposedly leaked Assassin's Creed Empire news that got posted on NeoGAF, right? Screenshots.
Was it? I don't know. Was it Reddit? It was actually, yeah, you might be right. Maybe it was NeoGAF.
I'm pretty sure I know I saw it on NeoGAF. I just don't remember if it came out there. But basically, what it looked like was some character they were wearing ancient garb and they had some Greek-looking shield or something like that. But
right.
They were standing in front of some cobwebbed tomb entrance, and it looked like a Ubisoft game. Like, it definitely looked like one.
Yeah.
Just because there was a little marker above the entrance, and it looked like something you'd see on a mini-map from Assassin's Creed. So, Egypt has been rumored for a while.
Right. It was, I think they mentioned it in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, where if, like, you remember the whole Animus stuff in that game?
Yeah.
Where you could walk around the Ubisoft building,
Yeah.
right? There was a poster of some guy looking at the pyramids in Egypt, and it seemed like that was in the timeline to come after Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah.
So, and then I think Watch Dogs 2 may have mentioned it too, maybe?
I think it did, because,
Yeah.
well, even if, like, when I saw the image, the shield on the back looked Greek. Like, it looked like it was Greek, but even that would make sense because, like, historically speaking, I'm pretty sure that time period of, like, there was a lot of Greek involvement. If it was a mixing of cultures like Greece and Egypt, or if the assassin is from Greece and he goes to Egypt, that could be really cool. So I don't know. There's not much to go on with it, but if it is Egypt, I'm sold. I'm ready for another Assassin's Creed.
Assuming this game comes out in November or something, like when it probably will, it'll be 2 years after Syndicate, which is the first 2-year gap in the series since Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh my
From
god,
one?
really? That's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh wow, but yeah, I think Egypt is a cool setting. I still want Japan, but Egypt is
I'll take both.
Yeah, I mean, but I think before Egypt was rumored a few games back, I think, and I was way into Egypt. Like,
yeah,
I
mean, there was also that screenshot too, right?
Yeah.
That I remember it leaked like maybe 2013, where people thought Ubisoft was finally going to make another Prince of Persia.
Yep, that's what it was, because always used to think Prince of Persia was going to be announced at every single Ubisoft conference.
I wish.
I hope so.
Assassin's Creed is the new Prince of Persia, though, I think, for them. That fills in that gap.
Yeah, definitely. There's no way they're going to have two ancient mythology parkour titles going on at the same time.
Yeah. They should make a sequel to that Nolan North one, though.
Oh, the like the really artsy
the
one?
cel-shaded one? Yeah.
Yeah, I loved that one.
It's one of the most gorgeous games I've seen.
Prince of Persia in some form has to come back.
I would love it. I would love it.
So speaking of sort of open world Witcher-like Ubisoft games, one of the more popular Ubisoft clones of the past few years was Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, because, like, remember that whole fight between, like, I think it was a Ubisoft animator looking at Middle-earth the week it came out and said, "Isn't that our same wall-climbing animation?"
Oh, yeah.
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 I also think, I mean, you say Ubisoft clone, but also Batman, like, in terms of combat.
It's definitely a hybrid, because WB made Mordor, right?
Yeah, WB makes Mordor, definitely.
And they also made Arkham Origins.
Yeah, it's Mordor is very much aside from one thing, wasn't really too innovative. It was more of a refinement of many things going on at the time. But, the innovation I'm talking about is the Nemesis system.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it was the first sort of, like, next-gen game, right? To come out.
Yeah, well, it was on PS3 and 360.
It was the first,
it was cross-gen, but it wasn't really, because those versions ran, like, inexcusably poor.
Okay, well, it was next-gen the same way Black Ops 3 was next-gen, but it was still...
Okay, yeah.
Like, it's still released on 360 and PS3, but it looked like garbage, and it was only the multiplayer, remember?
Sure, yep.
Yeah, so it's like same comparison, but so it was like the first big foray into a next-gen world that people sort of looked at it as. Did you play that one?
I put a decent amount of time in that game, but I never finished it. Eventually, I found it. Maybe I just messed things up for myself, but I think the Nemesis system got really difficult for me because I made a lot of war chiefs angry or something. So they were always out to get me.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, game had a lot of cool stuff going for it. But at the time it came out too, I think I had like kind of a fatigue going on from playing so many games with that Batman-like combat,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm very excited to see what this game actually looks like. If anything, it probably will be like gorgeous too, because that first game looked really good when it came out.
Yeah, well, this part of the episode will be releasing on Wednesday, and that is also the same date that there's going to be a gameplay trailer or gameplay video that gets released. So
all right,
we are recording this on Saturday the 4th.
Yep.
Yeah, we obviously don't have anything to go on as far as what it looks like, but
nope.
The cinematic was cool.
No target leaks or anything.
Nope. The cinematic was cool. I like Lord of the Rings a lot. It's one of my like more preferred franchises.
It's a very good trilogy of movies. I never really read the books or anything.
Yeah, I think Lord of the Rings as a game, I was sort of in the same place as what you were saying with the fatigue. but more so open world in general.
Sure.
So I think I got my PS4 a while after launch too, so I didn't pick it up immediately, and I've always been meaning to try and go back to it. It's just, again, there's so much stuff to play.
I would just wait for the sequel by now, honestly. Just jump in there. Because, the fatigue might happen if you play the first game, then you get the sequel.
I mean, I'm definitely interested in it. I thought the concept was really cool. I looked into it, and just having Lord of the Rings exist still after the 2 movie trilogies and the fact that the Tolkien estate doesn't want any more movies, like, just having it be current still is really cool.
Do they not want any more movies?
They've never liked the Peter Jackson movies, like his family.
But they surely cannot like this game, though, right? Where they forge, like, a new ring of power?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to bring up. It's very, like... It seems like it's fan
pure
fiction.
Well, okay, sorry. Pure fan fiction from Lord of the Rings at this point.
Yeah, that's what I got from the trailer. It's like Sauron's back, too, right?
In that dragon thing?
Yeah, the Witch King is in it again,
yeah.
Too. So, like, when does this take place? Do you know?
Probably never. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean,
like, what's up?
I thought I read somewhere that the Shadow of Mordor took place between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. That could be wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think it doesn't have something to do with the Ring of Power. That doesn't he get it to Bilbo or something? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but like.
I think it is just fan fiction though. Just don't even try to justify how did Aragorn get this in the. I don't know.
Yeah, but so that's coming out in August. That being placed in August makes me wonder what else is WB doing this year.
Injustice comes out in May.
Right, but do you think they have anything for fall or holiday?
I don't think so, because if you remember, they had a huge year when Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor came out, right? Was it late 2014?
Mm-hmm.
And then a year from then, like Mad Max, Batman: Arkham Knight, and Mortal Kombat was out.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like 4 big tier games from them.
Mm-hmm.
And then like last year and had like no releases from them. So I think they've actually commented on that before and said they'd like to space out their releases more now.
Okay.
Because like they had like, again, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, Batman: Arkham Knight, Mortal Kombat, and Mad Max all out within a year, which were like their 4 only studios making their 4 only big games. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that about does it for bigger, like, full game news from the past week, but there are a few smaller things worth mentioning. The PlayStation Network is going to start taxing games, or not taxing games, but they're going to be taxing PlayStation Vue, PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now, and PlayStation Music.
Are they not taxing the store transactions as well?
They already are, I think.
Oh, okay.
So, beginning on April 1st, 2017, they're going to be taxing the services. I really don't have an opinion on this. I mean, it makes sense.
Like, you need to do your taxes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't. Something about government, but I guess this makes sense. It's just going to come to this.
I'm pretty sure it varies depending on what state you're in, because there was the same thing that went on with Amazon over the past year or two. But I'm not surprised. It makes sense. It's not that big of a deal. The only one I use is Plus and Music, I think.
It was going to come to this at some point. Just be thankful you got the first few years of it without it, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's still crazy that Sony taxes you for free online. For online, I mean, I don't know how that happens. Like, you look at something like For Honor, right? Mm-hmm. Which is apparently using peer-to-peer.
Yeah.
Like, so why are you paying for online?
Yeah, it's
what?
Honestly, I don't even think most of their online stuff should be paid, because it's like PS3 was free. I know it wasn't great on PS3, and it's much better on PS4. But
honestly, I had a fine time with my PS3 playing online games for free. I think people compared it to Xbox 360's Live at the time, because I guess the party system stuff was much better on the 360.
Oh yeah, you couldn't do cross-game chat.
Right. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have a problem with it on PS3 either.
Yeah, I mean, all the online services are just overpriced, in my opinion. But
yeah, they shouldn't be any price. They should be $0.
Yeah. Moving on to more game news, though. Destiny 2 stuff happened. Morgan came back to the PlaystationFollower. He did a video updating it. Neither of us are really in depth on Destiny content, but they basically said that nothing is going to transfer over except for your character look. Like, none of the stats and nothing else, just like how you look is going to transfer over, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm excited about this because it shows that they're really changing up Destiny for the next year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really into Destiny 2. I fell off of Destiny for a while after taking King, and then I just sort of got back into it for a little while.
Yeah, I didn't really play, like, I played Destiny when it came out. I saw the content that was there, other than the raid. Didn't really care for it. Got back into it with the Taken King, enjoyed it much more, but still, it still feels unfulfilling compared to something like Halo for me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think them changing up the game for Destiny 2 sounds like exactly what I'd like them to do. You know, I think good on Bungie for turning Destiny around and making it something worthwhile.
Yeah, that's really impressive how much of a drastic change that was.
Yeah, but I'm excited for another drastic change with Destiny 2. You know?
Yeah, me too. And that should be this year, I think.
Yeah, I think it has to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't know. I bet you will see an announcement for that very soon. Like before E3, someone will probably put that out. So.
Yeah, I hope it happens before E3 because I don't want to waste a ton of time in the Sony press conference going over Destiny news.
But... Oh, that would suck.
Yeah, especially after last year.
Ah.
And two more things very quickly. There's a new Overwatch character named Orisa.
Yeah. I believe she's a support tank or something.
Yeah, she's some... I know I did a quick research on what she is. She's some robot mixed with like a rhino kind of, or like a ancient form of a bull or something. It's cool design, looks cool. Apparently the Overwatch community thinks she plays very well, and it's something that they've been asking for as far as character diversity goes. So,
yeah.
That's cool.
This came out of nowhere for me. I don't know. I thought... It feels like Sombra only came out so little ago, but they already flipped this around and got her out. So that's cool. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely interested to see how consistent they are with new characters, to see if it's every few months or if it's just focus on seasonal updates or whatever they want to do with that.
Blizzard is so great about supporting their games, I feel like. Mm-hmm. You know, they've always been like this, but like, say you bought Overwatch for like $60 last year. There was no season pass. I mean, there's all that garbage loot crate stuff. But if you didn't buy that, you still get that same experience.
Yeah.
That everyone else does. Yeah. I'll check her out in the private test realm or something. Mm-hmm. See how that goes. But you hear about the Doomfist stuff?
No.
So I guess, like, how much do you know about Overwatch lore?
I know that Overwatch was a team of, like, heroes that fought in a war, and then this is, like, way after the war.
Well, actually, I think Overwatch is apparently not in canon with the actual lore, apparently.
Oh, really?
Which makes sense for what that game is, but also just kind of nuts, I guess.
That's weird, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess there's a map in Overwatch with a gauntlet from a character named Doomfist, and apparently after this update came out, that gauntlet had been removed from that map.
That's weird.
So they're speculating that, like, a new ARG or whatever, Doomfist will be the next in-game character. There was this whole campaign by Terry Crews to voice act him. I don't know if you heard about this, but...
Is he an Overwatch player?
Yeah, I think... remember the EA Battlefield 1 gameplay thing they did last year at E3?
Yeah, when they brought in,
the one with, like, Snoop Dogg, Zac Efron, and Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
I think Terry Crews was there.
Yeah,
he was playing Battlefield 1, and then after that said... Oh man, I love gaming on PCs, and then built a video game PC.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and so I guess his son loves Overwatch too, so I think he wants to voice that character.
That's cool then.
That is cool.
And lastly, Farpoint VR has an official release date. It's May 16th, and it's coming out with the AIM controller.
So like a VR gun thing?
Yeah, it's basically the exact same thing we had on Wii. It just has a PlayStation Move bulb on the tip of it. So
that's cool. I don't know. Farpoint looks neat. I don't really know what that game is other than it's a shooter on like Mars, right?
Something like that. You explore planets as a shooting mechanic. Looks cool.
If it's a cool like full feature game. Usually these VR titles are like 2 hours long at most.
Mm-hmm.
But if Farpoint is like a full-on proper campaign like a Resident Evil 7 was, hell yeah. I hope it's great.
So, yeah, that does it for the news for this week. Pretty slow week just because of the news spectrum was full of Switch and Zelda this week.